Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to the channel. I am continuing with my throwback swatching series thing with some more Holo Taco. This is the Holo Taco Unicorn Skin collection. This collection originally came out March 15th in 2020. If you are newer to Holo Taco, you've never heard of the unicorn skin polishes. These are basically iridescent flaky toppers, and they launched 3 of these toppers alongside 2 cream finish nail polishes. I believe most of this release is indeed still available. As far as disclosures go, while I do receive PR from Holo Taco, this video is going to feature a mixture of things that I personally purchased from the brand as well as things that I received in PR. I am like 90% sure that I personally purchased Indigo Away, and then I received not Milky White and the unicorn skin toppers from Holo Taco and gifted PR. I don't see why I would have bought not Milky White.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
If you've ever seen how many white creams I have, you would know why I would say that I don't think I bought it, but who knows with me. So if you're enjoying my series of swatching out older releases, don't forget to give this video a big old like, hit subscribe if you are new around here, or if you haven't hit subscribe already. I will have a link in the description box to the Holo Taco website. I'll also link their Ulta page because they're also sold in Ulta. And as always, I will also have timestamps listed in the description box. Let's get right into this video. I'm gonna start out this polish with all of the cream finish nail polishes first because those are the least interesting. So first up we have Indigo Away, and Holo Taco described this one as a deep indigo purple cream finish nail polish. At the time of recording, this is currently listed as out of stock. I truthfully don't remember if this has been discontinued. I'll put a note on screen if it has been discontinued and I just forgot. Indigo Away had a fantastic formula. This is very much in that kind of formulation that I come to expect from a Holo Taco cream. So a little bit on the thicker side, but self-levels really nicely and super duper easy to apply. I did find this one to be a 1 coater on my nails, but my swatches will be showing this one out in 2 coats. I do agree with Holo Taco's color description for this shade. This is very much a deep, dark purple indigo-y color. I do, however, feel like this is dark enough that I feel like in lower lighting, it's definitely going to look kind of like a black color, like a black and purple kind of vibe. As someone who doesn't really love wearing super dark colors on my nails, I still really like this color. I think it's a really pretty shade. I really hope it hasn't been discontinued.
Disappointed!
I feel like for a collection that has a variety of iridescent toppers, I really like that Holo Taco released these with such a dark cream because I feel like these type of toppers definitely look best over a darker color like this. So in truth, I didn't want to have to re-swatch this polish multiple times to show all of the toppers over it. So I did like a sandwich layering thing on my finger to try to show all the toppers together. There is text on screen telling you the order in which the polishes are shown on my nail. I feel like this color looked fantastic with all the toppers in this release. I did not personally experience any staining while swatching out Indigo Away. I feel like it's pigmented enough that it could be a potential stainer, but this is going to remove super duper easy because it's a cream. The next polish in this release is called Not Milky White, and this is an opaque white cream. Not Milky White has a really good formula. I do recall, however, that this is one of the creams that Holo Taco reformulated at some point. I am pretty dang confident that my bottle is indeed the reformulated version. This is not the one that originally came out. Not Milky White is not a 1 coater on its own. I feel like maybe if you went for thicker coats and didn't, I feel like the shorter your nails are, the more likely you could potentially get this to be opaque in one, but I have never once found this to be like a true 1 coater in the sense that if I just did 1 coat and I was just wearing it just as that, it looked good. There's a little bit of unevenness. I find that this is always a solid 2 coater for me. Unless I'm putting something on top of it, then it's fine. But if I'm wearing it on its own, definitely needs 2 coats. I absolutely hate how iridescent flakies look on top of a white cream. I just think it does not in fact look good.
Boring!
However, even though I don't think the toppers look good over Not Milky White, I feel like for this time period, which Holo Taco was, this was their 3rd release. And I feel like it made a lot of sense if you came out with a black cream a few months back to also have a white cream as, again, a core staple nail polish. So while I don't feel like it works great with the toppers, I understand why they released it when they released it. My swatches show Not Milky White in 2 coats plus glossy top coat, super easy to remove. This is, however, because it is so opaque, it does definitely want to stick into your cuticle crevices when you remove it though, so just a heads up there. If memory serves correctly, which it usually doesn't, I feel like this was reformulated because people found it to be too thick, which I'm not terribly surprised by. I was watching Simply Nailogical's videos before Holo Taco came out, and I remember that she absolutely loved Color Club's French tip nail polish, which was a really opaque white cream. It is ridiculously thick. It's fantastic for nail art because it's so thick and opaque. You just need one coat and it's a fantastic base for nail art, which is the exact same that I find for not Milky White. I will admit, I do kind of wonder for folks newer to applying nail polishes if these kind of thicker formulated creams are easier or harder to work with than the thinner ones that mainstream brands were more popular of doing back in the day. Although I really feel like mainstream creams have definitely thickened up with time. Not just because they're old, but like new releases, the creams are a little bit thicker. By the way, if you are newer to these unicorn skin flaky type polishes, basically when you have anything that's iridescent, what color your base is going to change how the polishes look. As I said a little while ago, in my opinion, I feel like iridescent tends to look better over darker colors, but you really can wear them over whatever color you want. For all of my swatches for the toppers, I'm gonna be showing these over a black cream. I don't think I used Holo Taco's One Coat Black. I think I had, what did I have out? I think for my swatches, I had out Night Owl Lacquer's Ya Basic Black. Basic Black? I forget. Oh. It's written on screen. I have too many One Coat Blacks that I keep on my desk, so I never can remember which one's which sometimes. For the first of the unicorn skin toppers, we have Aurora Unicorn Skin. So Holo Taco is describing this one as an iridescent color shifting nail polish topper packed with translucent flakies in a clear base. They say that the flakies are predominantly a purple, blue, and shift to pink. Aurora Unicorn Skin had a fantastic formula. The base did not feel really thick or thin, zero application issues. The flakies in here are super duper color shifty, and they also lay down fairly flat on their own. As far as the color shifts go, I found over black, I was seeing a magenta to purple to blue color shift. You also get a little bit of orange to yellow and a hint of green at very extreme angles. I kind of felt like for the angle that I have my camera for my live swatches, I don't feel like you were able to see all the color shifty goodness. So I also will have some shots that I took with my phone just still sitting at my desk with the artificial lighting, just so you can kind of see how color shifty these polishes are. At the time of recording, Aurora Unicorn Skin is indeed still in stock. I don't think this one has been discontinued. This has a really fantastic formula. The flakes spread out very evenly and easily on their own. I would say that the flakes in here are all from a smaller to medium size. I have yet to get like a big honkin' flaky in here, but they're all like decently sized flakies. As I said when I was swatching out Not Milky White, I do not enjoy how this polish looks over white. I feel like over white it leans very strongly towards kind of like a yellowy green color that I don't love. I feel like Aurora Unicorn Skin is very much the colorway that I think of when I think of an iridescent flaky topper. My swatch here is going to be showing Aurora Unicorn Skin in one coat over a black cream plus glossy top coat. This is a topper, not a top coat, so you will of course still want some glossy top coat to put on top of here. And super duper easy removal because it's just like a flaky. I wouldn't personally scrub it off, but I never scrub off my nail polish. The next polish up is called Cosmic Unicorn Skin, and Holo Taco describes this as an iridescent color shifting nail polish topper packed with translucent flakes in a clear base. And they describe the flakies as being predominantly pink to purple and shift to a yellow and green. So I personally describe the flakes in here as over black, that is, as being strong pink to magenta color, and then it also has an orange to a yellowy gold to green color shift, and then the green comes in at more extreme angles. For Cosmic Unicorn Skin, I feel this has a really beautiful color shift. At the time of recording, Cosmic Unicorn Skin is currently out of stock. I do wonder if this is the one that was discontinued earlier this year. Bye. If this is the one that was discontinued, I can understand why. I feel like there's a little bit of redundancy between this unicorn skin and the previous unicorn skin, which I feel like probably a lot of brands come into this issue when stocking multiple different types of iridescent flaky polishes, is that when you have them being super color shifty, there's kind of some overlap in the color shiftiness. Like how many color shifty toppers you need to go from a pink to orange to yellow to green to blue to purple. I would say in comparison to Aurora Unicorn Skin, that Cosmic Unicorn Skin is just like a slightly less color shifty version, as it doesn't have that kind of purple to blue shift, but it still is very color shifty, and the flakies are in that like small to medium end size. This applies really nicely, not too thick or too thin. I was actually really surprised at how not thick this polish was. The flakies in here are absolutely beautiful. Once again, I do not like how this looks at all over white. This looks so much better over darker colors, but that is just my own personal preference. I know that there are some people who really like how iridescent looks over white. I just obviously I'm not one of them. This is gonna remove super duper easy. I still would not recommend scrubbing it off, but you could if you wanted. The next polish up is called Solar Unicorn Skin, and Holo Taco describes this one as an iridescent color shifting nail polish topper packed with translucent flakies in a clear base. And to Holo Taco, the flakies are predominantly a red to orange and shift to a yellow and green. I do agree with Holo Taco's color description. In my notes for this shade, I wrote it down that when over black, it has a fiery reddish orange color, and then it goes to a yellow to a green at more extreme angles. I personally find for the colors of this polish, this is more in that kind of classic unicorn pea kind of color scheme in my mind. Again, it's not unicorn pea, but I feel like color-wise, it's very similar to unicorn pea. As is typical for Holo Taco's flaky polishes, the flakies do not dry down overly textured at all like a glitter would. These are very flat. But again, this is a topper. You will in fact want a top coat to top your topper. And I would not personally recommend scrubbing this off, but you could if you really wanted. For the unicorn skin toppers, I do feel like all three of these shades have different color shifts to them. I kind of feel like the difference between Aurora Unicorn Skin and Cosmic Unicorn Skin, that they almost have the same color shift, just they start out and end in different places, but the colors are very similar. But yeah, I wouldn't say any of these toppers are too similar. All right, so final thoughts time. This is another release from Holo Taco that I did not personally pick this one up when it initially came out. I personally felt that I already had quite a few iridescent toppers that I didn't really need more, and I didn't really utilize them very much, so I did not pick any of these up, and I obviously already had creams that were similar to these. I will say, however, I feel like this is another really good release. I feel like once again, Holo Taco was playing it very safe. I feel like the last collection we saw that was all of like the super fun glitter, I feel like that was very much a holiday moment, and this is more of one of the more normal releases that Holo Taco does that isn't too out there. I'm pretty sure that my thoughts for this collection when it initially came out, that I was like, okay, Holo Taco is doing the thing where they're releasing a bunch of toppers with some creams so you can just like get your whole layering action going on. So I feel like for layering, these are all really good. As far as my favorite polish from this release, I probably would go the Solar Unicorn Skin, because I just really enjoy that kind of red to orangey to gold to green color shift. I feel like that's just a really fun shift, and I just really like that color a lot, or colors a lot. As far as pricing and sale information goes, for the unicorn skin toppers, Holo Taco currently prices those at $14 each, and then they price their creams at $13 each. I would love to know what everyone thought of this release. I will admit, I feel like this is a slightly more boring collection. Like, I wasn't super duper excited by these. So yeah, let me know what everyone else thought of this release. Did you pick this one up when it originally came out? Do you own any of these polishes already? Before we get into this video, I want to give a very special shout out to my channel members. Shenanigans Story Fans, your names of course, all on the screen right now. For members in the Shenanigan tier or higher, we do have a members exclusive live stream happening later this week. As always, my channel memberships are completely optional. Just like the video, comment the video, share the video, subscribe. All those things are greatly appreciated. Oh, and also hype. I always forget the hype. You can do that too. And I feel like I frequently get asked what lip products I'm wearing for videos. Today's lippy is going to be from the brand Kaleidos, and this is their Glass Load Lip Melt in the shade Cypher. And also, I actually got this one as a gift from my moderator, so thank you guys so much for these. I love them. They're so sparkly. This is a close-up of the lip products for the day. So just thank you all for joining me for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely week, folks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
When I get high, I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like yeah.